Hey everybody, Fifth Horseman here, playing more Kerbal Space Program, and at the end of the last successful mission, we are, I unlocked a tech node, so I just went right into VAB, and I created, something horrible. I don't know what is wrong with my brain. I also realized my staging is screwed up here. What is this? Is this guy? No. Oh, these need to go up here somewhere. Just put them up here for now. Okay. Yeah, this is my Minmus fuel depot. I put sides on here because I had two models. One had all the rockets down here, and it was very unstable. So I remade this with the rockets here. This here is the escape capsule, and I don't know if I set up my action group. I did not. So let's go ahead and do that. My escape is very simple. I decouple this. And then I hit this, deploy this chute. That way, when this thing, if this thing fails on the launch pad, or any time in atmosphere, my three Kerbals who are down here, this is the root part of the ship. This is the first time I've ever made the root part of the ship the bottom. My three Kerbals will be okay. This here is the space station. It's bigger than the space station that was around, that is around, I should say, Moon. But, yeah, we're using the bigger fuel tanks, and we're using more of them so we can store more, because this is going to be a more useful base. Here's my engines. They are around the center of the space station core. They used to be, I had them down here, and they were just, this thing was way unstable because all the thrust is coming from here, and then the stuff that you'll see in a minute is up here. So this is what I'm going to leave in orbit around Minmus, along with this. This here is what's going to be drilling for Kethane, and you see I've got 4 drills around the outside. I've got landing legs, and I've got these containers, and they're in container bays, which I didn't know existed, because I don't pay that much attention when I'm playing. But yeah, you can take the containers off here and then snap them back on, which is awesome. So if I accidentally pick these containers up, they're not trash. Solar panels, obviously. We want to be able to have power our thing. And then up here, we've got the ship that is going to not only take this most of the way, but it's also going to be lifting Kethane off the surface of Minmus and landing it down. And then at the very top, we've got the habitation module that's going to be the house for the guy who's stuck on Minmus with RCS tanks. And I just realized there's 6 RCS thrusters on this guy. Oh, I have to go into... There we go, and let's make sure I didn't screw up my action group. For, actually, was it an action group? No, it wasn't an action group. It was just stuff. Okay, never mind. Okay, well, this is basically what we're sending to Minmus, and the guys are going to start out down here. They are going to launch up, and once they get into either a stable orbiter on Kerbal or in their transfer to Minmus, we are going to drop this thing by putting one guy in the cupola here, one guy in the ship here, and one guy in the house here. That's plan A. Let's go ahead and save this and launch. Oh, ignore, by the way, this Delta V. It is completely wrong. Okay, watch when the physics loads. Oh boy, this is the scary part. Oh, don't fail. Oh, it's such less shaky than it was before, I guess is the right way to say that. But yeah, it is not a happy ship. Oh, there we go. Hey, but my guys are safe. Oh my god, the game just crashed. Okay, we're back. Whenever you have a 300-part spaceship that crashes your game, the way to fix that is always to add more parts. I added 3 more launch clamps down here to secure this guy, and he's very secure now, so we're good to go. We don't have Jeb, Bill, and Bob in this one because they were in the first failed crash. They're all in the infirmary right now. So these guys are going to bring this up here, and they're going to be the crew that also mans the station, which is pretty cool. Okay, the first thing we want to do though is bring up TAC fuel balancer, as we always do. I don't like to rely on this as a way to get fuel around. I like to route stuff, but I don't want a bunch of yellow fuel lines stuck to these guys upping their part counts more than they already are. And I also, because I'm taking so much fuel tanks up there, and there's no way in the game, although there is a way in TAC Fuel Balancer, to unload fuel from these tanks, I want to use the fuel. So those two competing desires mean I'm going to abuse TAC Fuel Balancer. So we are turning on the SAS, we are cranking up the volume, and you're going to stick with me at least for the first part of this flight because, yeah, this is going to be crazy. In 3, 2, 1, launch! Oh yeah! Things are going good. Atmospheric efficiency is good. These guys are getting their work done, so it was good that I put them on there. This thing, in my testing, most of my tests never made it to orbit. We'll just say that. But in my testing, there was a lot of spin going on, and we'll probably see some later on as the craft rises here. But it's got a fairly standard profile. It's kind of weak. The thrust-to-weight ratio starts out around 1.4, 1.5. So it's not quite as efficient as it needs to be. However, I have a contingency plan. As long as I can get this thing into orbit, I can bring some fuel from Moon and come up here and dock with one of these docking clamps around the side and take care of that. So, things are looking pretty good so far. It's an evening launch, which was kind of stupid on my part. Where's the sun? Yeah. Kind of stupid on my part. I kind of would like to be doing a lot of this in the sun, but oh well, that's what happens when you put me in charge of your space program. I'm waiting until my apoapsis is closer to 10 kilometers before I start my gravity turn here. Might do it around now, though, because we're almost at 200 meters per second, so yeah, let's go ahead and just get tilting. One thing crazy about this ship is it's a single-stage to orbit. I'm not going to drop these things. I guess it's not quite single-stage to orbit. It's definitely single-stage to space. I'm not going to drop these guys until I'm pretty close to a stable orbit, until my periapsis is, say, less than negative 200 kilometers, because these two engines, they do not have the thrust it takes to get a ship into space. See, we're already rotating a little bit here as we get less atmosphere to guide our ship. And we don't want to get too crazy with the gravity turn, but we also don't want to pussyfoot around too much, because these engines have got to get us a lot of thrust. And this here isn't the fuel that's left in these tanks, but it is an accurate representation of the fuel that's left in the entire ship. So I am really burning up my fuel, but that's what happens when you go to orbit. Okay, I'm probably getting a little too overzealous with my gravity turn. What I could do, if I was smart, is I could tack fuel balancer and keep these guys full. And now that I'm remembering, I actually did do that. I actually kept the center tank full, and then when it died, I then knew it was time to dump these guys. But we'll just keep going here. Doing pretty good. We're at apoapsis of 50. Periapsis is still a little low. When my apoapsis gets to 100, I gotta kill it anyway, no matter what. Okay, now TAC Fuel Balancer. Let's turn off the balance all. Oops. And then it's these last two, if I remember correctly. Transfer in, and yeah, that's good enough. Just to now let's turn the oxidizer off, and then transfer in, and transfer in. And okay, now it's time to stage. And let's make sure we've got fuel in this guy, and we've got fuel in this guy. Yep, okay, let's get going, because we're 3 minutes from apoapsis, and this is going to take a long time. Okay, this I'm not going to subject you to, because this is going to take for fricking ever. We are basically, we're gaining about a meter per second. We're actually losing. we're losing thrust right now. But you know, our apoapsis is going, or our periapsis, I'm sorry, is actually, yeah, it's rising above the negatives. But it's going so slow because this is going to take a long time. So I'm going to cut the video here, and I will be back when I'm either in orbit or on my way to Minmus, because I might just continue this burn. Actually, I'll tell you what. Let's look at the way things are looking here. Let's set Minmus as our target, and I'm not going to care about a. Yeah, you know what? I'm probably just going to burn and try to get my encounter here with the orbit, so I can do my orbital inclination burn. It's very important. It's more important with this ship that you get a good orbital inclination than it does that you match it. Just, you know, whenever you're meeting a planet, you don't care how long it takes you to get there. If that planet doesn't have air, orbital inclination changes at the farthest point you can be is always better than close up. So figured this is a good time to do my screenshot here. Let's get that going. Let's get him turned sideways so we see the full. Wish I put lights on this guy. F1. Okay. Okay, things are looking pretty good here. We're about 15 seconds from apoapsis. We're about to get our periapsis above the horizon. This is actually a lot better launch than any test I've had. I'm so glad that I decided to stop testing. I never actually had a test where I was happy with the launch. We've also got so much delta V, it's disgusting. We've got 2,000 delta V to get to Minmus. So I'm not exactly what you would call concerned at this point. But yeah, we're about to get our camera change here. The sun is also just set, so we are in the dark. Sorry about that. We're going to be doing a lot in camera mode. I'm probably just going to drag this whole thing up to Minmus before I drop the capsule. But as soon as we get above what do you call it? Where this is above the horizon, or above, I'm sorry, the ground. As soon as we get to that point, I'm going to switch to map mode. Because we're basically just going to keep burning until we get our apoapsis up really high. And I might tell you, let's switch to map mode right now. Yeah, see, ideally we're going to just push our apoapsis up all the way to Minmus. If that doesn't work, though, we might have to do 2 orbits, which really isn't a big deal. These guys are in no hurry to get to where they're going. Oh, 6-5. We have a periapsis above the horizon, which is awesome. Okay, I said that a little early, but I knew it was going to happen. And now we're slowly pushing that periapsis above the atmosphere, which is even more important. Because this ship cannot come back down. Well, it can, but we don't want it to come back down. There we go. Oh, I love it when the orbit changes. And there's Cairo down there under the clouds. 30, 34, 40. This ship is amazingly stable. I'm kind of scared, to be honest. 50. Oh, here we go. Are you guys happy? And we no longer have to worry about getting back into the atmosphere. Good job, guys. Okay, we are already past our point here, so I think I'm actually going to cut the engines. We have a stable orbit. We're looking pretty good. Sadly, it's pitch black. So let's go ahead and speed up time, get ourselves into the sun for the rest of this thing here. Okay, the sun should have risen. It has not yet, but that's okay. Let's get this guy aimed north. So just so these maneuvers with our jetpacks will be easier. I think I'm going to dump this in low Kerbal orbit and let the trash collector pick it up later. Okay, the sun has risen, which is good. I'm also going to get all my doors in the sun, which I think they are. Yeah, that's the door right there. Okay, come on, SAS. Quit. Quit helping. This thing would be already upright if I hadn't let the SAS help me get it upright. Okay. And I'm going to cheat. There we go. Okay, Johnsky, you are going to be in the house. Let's go ahead and turn your lights on. Let's let go. Let's turn RCS on. And let's get around to the sunny side of the ship. Come on. There we go. There we go. Whoa, you're getting really far away. Let's get up here. Ignore those nuclear engines. I'm sure they're fine. Okay, you are going to live in this house. Okay, Johnsky's there. Sidri. Get out of here, Sidri. Get your lights on. Let go. Get your RCS on. You are our pilot. Sidri is going to be flying the ship for the remainder of the mission and also for the refuelings. God, this thing is a behemoth. Okay. Go ahead and grab onto that and get in there. I don't care what you smell. Okay, Sidri. I think Jodfree is the last guy to go. Yep. Okay, let's go ahead and get your lights on. Get your, let go. Get your RCS on. You have the shortest distance to go. You're just going right here. You're going to be, and actually I'm going to do something cool here. At least I think it'll be cool. Go ahead and grab onto that. And get in. And now, Jodfree, we're going to go in IVA for you. And this here is the this, so we're going to just eject this thing. Oh, that's no fun. Well, there we go. That's pretty sweet. Okay, that's all I wanted to see. Okay, so that's space trash. Let's go ahead and... Oh, let's see everybody's view here. Okay. I don't know. How do you get out of... there we go. I was like, I know I've gotten out of IVA view before, but I like couldn't think of how to do it. Okay, now, we need to... Oh, wait, we need to pick Minmus as our target again. It already... Okay, that's weird. It was green, but it wasn't our target. So I guess, you know what, we'll burn here. Doesn't really matter. Although, you know what, we're going to burn here. Because Minmus is coming around that way. I think two orbital burns will get us pretty close to it. And hopefully we can actually plan this, but I doubt it. You know what I mean? Okay, so the total burn to get this thing all the way there is about... What is that? 900 meters per second. That's about half of what we have, so that's a 10-minute burn. We can't do that in one burn. Just orbital mechanics won't allow it. So we're going to do 2 5-minute burns. So at 2.5 minutes from here, we're going to do this burn. And we're gonna be a little persnickety about aiming it. Because I want it to be right at the descending node when we get there. So that's when we're gonna burn. Okay, and we're going to do it 2.5 minutes before then. Well, we've already got our thing here. Let's go ahead and get aimed at it. Yeah, I should have called this ship the Behemoth. But it gets the job done. That's the important thing. Okay, we are aimed. Ugh. Should have used the trick. Yeah, there are a few solar panels on this guy. So we should never have to worry about that. But if all else fails, we can hit 1. I said we can hit 1. Okay, apparently I didn't set up my... Is it 2, maybe? No, I think I just did the Kethane drills. No? Okay, well, I'm gonna... Maybe I'll do action groups on the fly for those guys. But, okay, let's go ahead and get going here. Like I said, we don't have to worry about solar panels. And we're going to start at 2.5 minutes before. And we are going to burn for 5 minutes. And then let ourselves go around. Whoa! That was not expected. Whoa!